Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are
Hopefully Awesome.
That's right. A positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky thing is Somebody Smallville. What if Creed sang the Smallville theme song?
You can do it. You could do his voice.
Here with a Smallville.
Somebody.
Superman will soar like eagles with marlins.
No. Will you call me Superman? I know this song.
I just heard
the news today.
the news.
The news.
The movies. Wait, so is it Scott Stapp or is it Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel.
The movies. Hey everybody, so this is going back to Smallville, our weekly podcast where we rewatch and recap every episode of Smallville, week by week, episode by episode. This is season 2, and we are getting started. We're not halfway yet, but pretty close, and it's been going good. Last week, Maggie didn't have a voice.
No.
And
Matt went bonkers.
I lost my mind. Will that happen tonight? I don't know. Maybe. We are both extremely tired, so it'll either be one of the ones with low energy or one of the ones with chaotic energy. But either way, you know it's going to be fun. You know why it's going to be fun, Maggie? Because we're going back to Smallville. Nailed it.
Smallville.
Jesus. All right, Maggie.
What?
Maggie!
Don't say my name like that.
Smallville. Season 2, Episode 10. Skinwalker. Oh! I love this episode. Mm-hmm. Well, I've mentioned it before several times. I've been waiting to get to this episode. All of Season 2. Yeah. Just because I love the caves. I love the introduction of the caves. Mm-hmm. And I love what all the caves do for like the
Matt loves caves.
Rest of the year or rest of the show. I don't know how long we keep revisiting the caves, but I do love it because honestly, it's like our first like connection with like Clark's actual past. Yeah. You know. And that's a lot of fun. Yeah. Like anytime they reference Superman, I'm like, oh man, it's real. He's really gonna be Superman one day. But yeah, so I've been looking forward to this episode. But did I like it this time around? We'll find out after these words. I'm joking. All right, so this is season 2, episode 10, Skinwalker, episode 31. Of the series overall. That's right. We've watched 31 episodes of Smallville. Wow. Original air date was November 26, 2002. This is the last of the November sweeps episodes. And it is also the mid-season finale.
Interesting.
Yeah, because nobody watches TV in December. Nope. Well, they didn't used to. I guess now they do.
Nobody does now.
Written by, that's true, Brian Peterson and Kelly Souders. I think we've talked about them before.
Yes, we have.
Don't they become the showrunners?
I think so.
I think that's what it is. Directed by Merida Grabiak? Don't talk back. Take out the papers and the
trash.
Grabiak, don't talk back.
I think that's a song John Candy sings in The Great Outdoors.
Speaking of the great outdoors, we begin this episode at the Luthor corporate plaza construction site.
Yeah, because Smallville needs a corporate plaza.
They need fiber. All right?
They need 1,000 jobs.
They need internet connectivity. All right. Listen, Wi-Fi doesn't come cheap in Smallville. All right.
Wi-Fi didn't exist then, Matt.
Are you? I guess not.
It didn't.
Did it? No. Wi-Fi existed in 2002. In 2002?
No, it did not.
I bet it did. Nah, because you could use like your laptop and fucking shit, you know? I remember they had like bag computers. Like, how is you going to connect? With just clicking it in?
Was
Why don't you just put
Wi-Fi?
Why don't you just put when was Wi-Fi created?
apparently Wi-Fi officially started in 1997.
Eat fucking shit, Maggie. I told you. Now, I agree. It wasn't like...
It was not very fast, Matt.
All right. Well, still, I was right and he was wrong. So...
Hey.
No. God damn it. So we're at Luthor...
No better.
We're at Luthor Corporate Plaza construction site.
Yeah.
Joseph Willowbrook objects to the construction.
Stop building.
And the foreman, Dan Hammond, is like, fuck you, Joseph. Get your fucking ass out of here.
How dare you talk to me on my land?
No.
We don't
want to.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean,
Apologies.
I'm just saying, like, we want to tread lightly here.
Okay. Yes.
My
bad.
Lightly. It's okay.
Bad.
No, I mean, you're not saying anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, before we go too far.
Yeah.
Down a rabbit hole.
Crazy.
Yes, we just need to understand. Yeah. We need to tread lightly in this episode. I'm saying that just as much for me as I am for you. So, Joseph, Dan Hammond is like, fuck you, Joseph, get your ass out of here. Then kicks Joseph out, right? Mm-hmm. And then the site closes up, and he's like, good job today, boys. Good job. Good job. You all get in your trucks and go the fuck on. I gotta fill up these trucks with gas.
Because that's what every foreman does after everybody leaves.
I got my stove with a pan of beans.
Not a pan of beans. It's a can of beans.
Listen, I had a pan. I put my beans on the pan.
In the can?
In the can. And I'm eating my bean can, all right? Listen, I invested in the beanery.
Are you?
And I have all these beans.
Are you Christopher Lloyd from Dennis the Menace?
Yes. And so he's like, oh man, it's about 9 o'clock. Best I better get on out there and fill up these trucks with gas. Stop.
I'm back, baby.
Jesus, God help us. And so Dan's like, yeah, let's just fill up these trucks with some gas here. And then, what's that? Oh! And Dan's like, what the fuck? And then, a white wolf pops out and just starts growling. I guess he bites Dan at some point. I don't know. We didn't see that. And Dan's like, fuck this shit. I'm getting my gun. Reaches in the truck. What does he grab? A flare gun.
A flare gun.
What the fuck? Dan.
Lame, Dan.
Come on.
God, Dan.
What are you going to do with a flare gun?
What are you going to do, Dan?
Yeah. Hey, somebody help. I got a wolf. Come on.
You lame, Dan.
Yeah. You tell me this foreman in the middle of fucking Kansas doesn't have a real gun of some kind.
God, Dan.
You know what I'm saying? He absolutely does. He shouldn't, but he absolutely does.
And he shoots off that flare
he
like
shoots
an
the
idiot.
Flare, and then the wolf is like, what the fuck is that shit? And then the flare falls and blows up everything.
And that's not how a flare gun works.
Just blows it all up. And he's like, oh, fuck, I'm dead. Ah! No. And the wolf runs away and just looks at the explosion from afar and then walks away in slow motion. The wolf puts on its sunglasses and says, looks like Dan is the pan of beans.
Why?
Yeah!
CSI?
Somebody say all right, guys. Now, guess what, Maggie? What? Did you know that we have teleported Tom back into the extreme early millennia?
What? When?
That's right. I'm talking the years of an extremely goofy movie, the X Games, Mountain Dew Extreme.
Yeah.
And we got Pete and Clark on their motorbikes. They're just like, man, BMX is not what this is.
We've never talked about this before. Look what we can do.
I love Matt Hoffman. Oh, Pete, you want to come over later? We'll play some Kelly Slater's pro wakeboarding. Oh my god. Oh, Pete, guess what? I just rented from Video Magic. BMXXX. You can see some fucking titties. And Pete's like, oh shit. And Clark's like, that's mine and Lex's thing, Pete.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we was bonding right there, Clark.
No, fuck you, Pete.
Well, screw you, Clark.
Go back to your cream corn factory, you fuck.
They sold it. Your dad. It's your dad's fault.
Fuck you, Pete.
Screw you, Clark.
I'll beat you.
I know I'm going to beat you.
Beat you.
Your veins are popping out.
It's because you gotta go fast. Is that are they driving a weed eater? Jesus. And so they're riding on their motorbikes. They stop. Okay, they stop. And they see all the police at the construction site from the explosion from the night before. And Pete talks about, he's like, oh, what the fuck happened here? And Clark's like, I just got here too, Pete. Why you gotta be asking me so many goddamn questions?
Because you're always there when there's trouble, Clark.
You know, maybe you're trouble. That's why I'm here beside you, Pete.
Oh, screw you.
Pete.
Screw you, Clark.
And then Pete's like, man, I hope this does the Luthors in once and for all.
Because they bought my family's factory.
Clark's like, listen here, Pete. Not all the Luthors are bad. And Pete's like, whatever, man.
Papa Willie.
Last one to Ridge's Gorge buys the soda and the can of beans. And so they race back to wherever the fuck they were going. And then Clark is like, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, what's this? No. Oh, no, I fell through a fucking hole in the ground. Good thing I'm an idiot. Like, what does Clark need a motorbike for?
Why does Pete need one?
I mean, Pete doesn't run fast. Clark is, like, faster than any motorbike.
I don't know. Maybe you want to
He's
try
faster
that.
than a speeding bullet. We saw that.
Matt, it doesn't matter. He just wants to go fast.
But he doesn't need a bike to do that.
He just wants to go fast.
Nah, I don't like it.
He wants to try out all forms of transportation.
And so Clark hits a stick and flies off the bike and falls in a cave. And then in the cave, what's that? Boom, 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 boom,
Pink Panther?
Wow. Joseph's granddaughter, Kyla Willowbrook.
Kyla. That sounded awful.
The mask.
Are you okay? I know what you're doing.
It'd be funny to do that. But she comes rushing over to help Clark.
Oh my God. Are you okay?
And Clark's like, I'm fine. She's like, no, you're not.
No, there's no way. Let me rip your shirt over.
Oh. Look at those muscles. There's not a scratch on you.
There's nothing on you. Look at those abs.
Oh, yeah.
Let me wash some clothes on them.
I work at a farm.
Oh, you're a farm boy.
She's like, man, did I just step in a swamp?
Something strange is happening here.
That's what she says.
I know. That's what I said.
Something strange is something has changed within me.
So, I hope this is awakened something deep down inside me.
And Clark's like, I'm okay. And Kyla thinks he's in shock and rips his shirt off and is like, fuck, man, let me look at them titties, Clark. And she's like, oh, man, you can scoop ice cream off.
Oh, what?
I don't know. Whatever women say about dudes. Let me
scrub some clothes on those washboard abs.
Let me put a peanut between them butt cheeks.
This makes me wonder what he thinks.
I always wanted to nut on your Clark.
Aww.
It's a peanut. It's a peanut.
Ew.
All right, and so Clark, she's like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you," and is bewildered by this. And Clark is like, "Nah, I'm just lucky, I guess." And he's like, "Hey, I'm Clark," and she's like, "Hey, I'm Kyla. I'm Joseph Willowbrook's granddaughter." And Clark's like, oh, who's that? And she's like, he'll be important to the plot later on. And then he's like, got it. And then what's that? Hey, Clark!
Hey, Clark, are you down there?
Hey, yeah, I'm down here.
Hey, you need some help? Can you just jump out of the hole?
I'm down here. I got some company down here, Pete.
Okay.
Pete, he's a funny guy. I'll be up soon,
You
Pete.
just jump.
Get the fuck out of here, Pete! Just get the fuck out of here!
Who's down there?
I said get the fuck out of here!
What? Did you find money?
Pete!
What?
Get the fuck out of here! Alright? Just get the fuck out! I'm hanging out with Kala.
Who's Kala?
I don't need you anymore, Pete.
Who is that?
Get the fuck out of here! And then Pete strolls away. He's like,
you got cheesy blasters.
He's like, I'll see you next week on next week's episode.
Yeah.
He's not around anymore.
No, he's not. That's all we see of Pete.
And so Clark acts like Pete was kidding, and Pete takes off. And Kyla notices paintings on the wall and is very excited about them. She's like, holy fuck.
Wow. Look at all these drawings.
We got a mastodon. There's a pterodactyl. We got a triceratops, a saber-toothed tiger.
And this is our Lord and
Tyrannosaurus.
Savior. This is our Lord and Savior Zordon.
Zordon, also known as Naman.
No.
Kyle notices the paintings. Clark's like, oh, what the fuck are all these paintings? And Kyle's like, listen, my grandfather, he's been looking for these paintings his whole fucking life. And now they're here. And they tell the legend of Naman. Mm-hmm. And Clark's like, who the fuck is Naman? And Kyle's like, shut your fucking face and I'll tell you, stupid fuck.
Yeah, you're making fun of my heritage.
And Clark's like, I don't have a heritage.
I could tell.
Yeah, and Kyle's like, well, listen, Clark, the story of Naman is that he will arrive. So, first off, pause. So I guess this is a prophecy about Naman.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also somebody that did show up, but that's not Naman.
No.
So is it almost like a Neo situation where like Neo was the first to wake up everybody, but then he said that he would return one day, and then he did return?
Jesus.
You know what I'm talking about? In the Matrix. Mirror Morphe's like, he woke up the first of us.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and he told us that one day he would come back. Wait, does that mean that in Matrix Reloaded, when Neo has a choice to wake up like 12 people or whatever so they can fuck to restart the human race, that's what that Neo had done?
I'll be honest, Matt, I don't remember.
All right, so moving on. So Naman will arrive in a rain of fire, have the strength of 10 men, and will start fires with his eyes. And Clark's like, huh?
I could do all that.
What?
I better be quiet. It's my secret.
Didn't she say the 10 men was here? You mean like Wizard of Oz? Kala?
No.
S is for school.
Yeah, yes, it is Clark.
And Kyle's like, okay, I'm going to go talk to my grandfather. Bye. And as Clark leaves, he's like, oh, wow, look at all this. Look at this. Oh, what's that? I'm feeling on this wall. Oh, it's the size of an octagonal disc.
There's a hole there.
There's a hole. And then we crossfade from this hole to the hole in the ship that matches the size, just so everybody knows. Just so everybody is aware. This is the same size and shape as the thing in the ship.
Yeah.
And so now Clark is talking to Jonathan about the caves. He's like, Daddy, you won't believe what I saw. There was this painting, and it was the Tin Man, and he could shoot fire from his eyes, Daddy. And Jonathan's like, what the hell you been smoking, boy? I told you to stay out of my drawers.
But Dad, you said that you swore off a pot last time.
I did. That doesn't mean that it's not still there for you to find one day, Clark. All right.
But Daddy,
when I die,
technical.
Clark, one day I'll die. And when I die, I need you to do two things.
Smoke your pot.
I need you to bury the pot with me and clear my web browsing history. All right. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Son, Wi-Fi has only existed for 5 years at this point. So
it's crap, Dad.
You got to promise me, Clark.
It's crap.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything about these cave drawings, Clark. It sounds like
It's
a
the
bunch
same
of
hole.
sounds like a bunch of hocus pocus, Clark.
Hocus pocus.
Yeah, well, Dad, history's gonna change. And so Clark pulls out the rectangle piece of his ship and tells his dad that the writing in the caves match the writing on this. He's like, Dad, the writing's on the wall. And Jonathan's like, nah.
That doesn't mean anything, Clark.
Nah. And Clark's like, listen, Dad, I want to tell Kyle and her grandfather about this. See if they know how to read it. What if they can tell me about my past, Dad?
I'm still searching the library in Smallville to decipher this alien language on your spaceship.
I guess, like, Jonathan Kent, he said he tried for years to decipher it, but he didn't, like, I mean, literally, like, what, within 20-mile radius, there's a fucking cave with all this writing on it. And, like, I don't know, I'm just, like, he didn't check, like, with anybody. I don't know.
No, because he had to keep it quiet.
Jonathan, what you doing?
He had a secret baby.
And so, wait. Oh, Clark's the secret baby. Okay. I was like, what are we adding to his backstory this week? Jonathan doesn't want him to talk to Kyle and her grandfather about it because it's not safe. And Clark asks if it isn't worth it to get to know where he came from. And Jonathan says, nah, Clark, listen, we just don't know him that well.
Well, it's too late, Dad, because guess what? We got guests for dinner. Kyle and her grandfather are coming over to eat dinner.
Guess who's coming to dinner on an all-new Smallville? My name's Joseph Willowbrook. And this fox is in the hen house. Ow! On an all-new Martin.
Huh?
So now we're inside the Kent house. And Joseph tells the Kents more about Naman, but admits he doesn't know how to read the symbols. He doesn't know how to read at all. He's just, doesn't know how to read. And then Joseph is worried that the Luthors will destroy the fucking caves. And Clark's like, that shit's stupid. Yeah. What do you mean the Luthors and Joseph is like, man, let me tell you, man, these fucking Luthors, right? They're building on top of this cave. If they keep building on top of this cave's going to crumble. And then what are we going to do, huh? Then what are we going to do? Lionel, he don't give a fuck about nobody.
Mom, is there anything you can do?
Well, no. Clark's like, well, no. Mom works for Lionel Luthor. She can talk to him and get him to stop building on the caves, right, Mom? And Martha's like, what the fuck are you doing to me, Clark?
You brought 2 extra people here tonight, expecting me to bake 5 pies and a 5-course meal dinner on top of it. And you want me to talk to my boss tomorrow about him stopping construction and giving these caves back to the tribe?
Yes.
I can't believe you.
Fuck you, Clark! I just want to make these goddamn pies! Just want to make these fucking pies, Clark.
That's why I have to work extra so I can buy stuff for pies.
It's not that easy, Clark, all right? Lionel Luthor is blind. He doesn't see things clearly anymore.
I'll be honest.
Figuratively and literally.
I think I could call off the workers, guys, and tell Lionel that it's built and he wouldn't know any difference.
Holy fuck, Maggie. She just always has a hammer. She's like, yeah, they're still working on it.
Still working. They hit a water line today. Oh. That's why you hear water.
She just sprays him with a squirt bottle. Oh my god!
Right there, that could have solved all their problems.
Oh man! And so they go to Clark and Kyla go to Clark's loft, and Kyla is looking at the stars, and Clark is looking at the stars, and Clark's like, "Oh, you want to look through the telescope?" And she's like, "Nah, I prefer to use my own fucking eyes, Clark." And then he's like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Hey, did I ever tell you about this fucking wolf up here in the stars?" Yeah. And Clark's like, well, no, we just met.
Met, baby.
And she's like, well, look here. And she she grabs his hand. Is she behind him? Or is she in his arms?
I think she's in front of him and
pulls his
arms.
Okay, yeah. She's like, Clark,
looky here.
Feel this wolf's eye. She scrapes the side boob.
Oh my god.
She does.
She does.
And so she's like, yeah, fucking, there's consolation here. There used to be a wolf.
Yeah.
And this wolf had 2 eyes.
Uh-huh.
And then one day, one of the eyes is gone.
Well, why? What's the story behind it?
The star.
And the stars.
And sometimes you just gotta, think about the fact
and
that
Hollywood and the Boulevard.
we're all just small, insignificant here on this world. That's why you don't want to die a virgin, do you, Clark? Clark's like, oh, what?
This is for school.
She's like, listen, I want your penis. And Clark's like, what?
Ew.
Yeah, he's down to clown though. And then, what's that? She's like, let me just get a handful real quick. And then, oh no, Lana's here.
Hi, Lana.
And she's like, zip, sorry, what? We weren't doing nothing. My name's Kyla.
I'm sorry.
Who the fuck are you, bitch?
Well, I'm Lana, and I was here before you.
Yeah, well, finders keepers, losers, fuck off, Lana.
Hey, Clark, your friend's real friendly
Who do you
here.
think would win in a fight between Lana and Kyla?
Kyla.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. Although Lana played Chun-Li. So, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
With Kevin Kline? No. The guy from American Pie. Played Ox or Oz or whatever the fuck his name was. The worst actor in the whole fucking series. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you believe in magic, shooby-dooby-doo, you know what I'm talking about.
My brain's flatlining.
All right, any fucking way.
Lord.
Lana walks in and she's like, "Oh, hey, I didn't realize you had company." And Clark's
I'm so
like,
sorry.
This is Kyla. She is Joseph Willowbrook's granddaughter. And and Lana's like, "I don't know who that is."
I don't know who that is.
And Kyla's like, "He'll be important to the plot later. Just don't worry about it." Just like, "Oh, okay, the plot, yeah."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Lana, listen.
Yeah.
There are these fucking caves, and
Yeah.
the caves are going to be destroyed."
This is a cave of wonders.
But no, they're going to be destroyed. They're the cave of Namon. They're going to be destroyed by the Luthors. And I think it's something that sounds like something Henry Small might be into.
Well, we're not really on father-daughter terms.
The fuck you saying, Lana?
Well, I'm just saying it's asking a lot of Henry. And we're not that close.
Sorry, Clark. It looks like your friend won't be of any help at all. Let's go back to look at more of these stars in the sky.
Wink, wink.
And Lana's like, well, I can still ask him.
I can ask him. It's okay. Stop touching him.
Clark, touch my side. She's just really horny, okay? Like,
apparently.
Kyla is just, she's wanting it. She's wanting it bad, all right?
She a horn dog?
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. The next day at Lex's, Sheriff Ethan is there.
Wow.
And he's talking to Lionel. He says, you know that old Joseph Willowbrook, he's been involved in civil disobedience. And then we're investigating him for the foreman's death. The foreman died, by the way, just in case everybody.
Yeah.
And then Martha comes in and is like, Lionel, listen, I need you to sign this. This is going to be a check for the foreman's family. Yeah. And then we got a phone call scheduled. And, Lionel's like, good. Yes. I don't want to come across like I'm uncaring.
It's not because that's, sir. It's because it's the right thing to do.
Oh, Martha. I could swear that I was talking to my wife right now. She had a talent for being brutal honesty. You remind me so much of her. You remind me of what I really am. This is how Martha reminds me of who I really am.
Wow.
And then Lex walks in and is like, hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Yeah.
And he's like, Lex, it's always good to hear your voice, son, you fucking cock block. Everybody wants to fucking Smallville, all right? This is what happens when you grow up on a WB series, all right?
Okay.
You can get close.
But not that close.
Just, you can't even, even the tip, all right?
It's like magnets. where there's a North Pole and a South Pole, and if you match the poles, they don't attract.
I don't know.
They repel.
Colin was pretty attracted to the pole last time I saw him. Nailed it. And so Martha's like, I gotta go. And so she leaves. Lionel's like, maybe I shouldn't build this fucking thing anymore.
But we need the jobs.
And he's like, well, but maybe I can just move it over to Granville, everybody. Granville.
Grand furniture.
So think about it. There's Smallville and then there's Grandville, right?
Man.
Now, technically it's spelled Granville, not Grand.
So is that founded by the family of Grands?
Yes. No, the Villes.
It's the Villes? I was supposed to say, is the same family?
It's like Pawnee. And so this is where we keep all this shit. That's what Smallville is.
Oh, okay.
Right? The shit factory.
Yeah.
So anyway, Martha's like, no, we need it. And Lionel's like, oh, you're just like my wife. And Lex is like, hey.
You're like, talking about mom.
And
What the crap?
Lionel's like, I'm happy to hear you from Lex. And Martha leaves and Lionel's like, listen here, Lex. Why don't you...
Craphead.
Lex, why don't you be my partner on this adventure, Lex? You know, I want you to come and be a partner with me.
Dad, how sweet of you, but
I don't know. Maybe I'm just sentimental, Lex.
I
miss the old days of us being a family.
Oh, Dad, when you're feeling sentimental, that means you need help. And I don't think you're trying to save yourself from this whole debacle. So I'm going to pass on your sentimental
you ungrateful fuck. I fucking hate you.
Get out of my house.
I wish Julian had lived instead of you.
I wish the same too.
But in reverse, Dad. I wish Julian had lived instead of Lionel.
Me?
So now we're back at the caves. And Kala... I don't like that one. So Kala's looking closer at the paintings. And Kala tells how Naman's great Naman came down with some magic green rocks that gave their people special abilities.
Dad's got magic green rocks.
No, it's green plants. It's 420, baby.
Somewhere.
It's so Clark says that, and then Kala also tells Clark how one day Naman will come back and protect the whole world, and also explains how his brother Sagith will turn against him. And Clark's like, oh, what's that?
That sounds familiar.
That sounds crazy, dog.
That sounds like the comic book that Ron read.
Warrior Angel?
Yeah.
I miss Ron.
Ron's the best.
Ron's fucking dead. He's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
He died, Clark.
What?
Yeah, I went to his funeral.
That's what that was.
He's like, I got that Brandon Fraser disease from Scrubs.
God. Dang, man.
I guess it was the doctor that didn't remember that he died. They thought he was at his birthday party.
Oh.
Turned out Brandon Fraser was dead the whole time.
Sixth Sense.
But it was Scrubs. and so then Clark notices another picture. He's like, what's this picture? And Kyle explains,
A is for apple.
and Kyle explains that this is the woman destined to be with Naman. And see, there's this symbol that means that this is the woman. And then Clark's like, but symbol on arm. And Kyle's like, yes,
good job.
That's my bracelet. It's been passed down over a millennia. And, now I've got it. And then what's that? Oh, no.
Oh!
No.
Oh, wait,
the caves are falling.
Sorry.
No, we're moaning because we're moving. Everything's moving. It was not meant to imply anything.
No.
I'm just making sure the audio listeners, okay? So there was an earthquake. And then, oh no, Kala,
there's a big old rock coming her way.
And, Clark super speeds over there. and saves Kyla from falling. But then, oh no, there's a large boulder beginning to fall, and Clark shoves his big old chest on top of Kyla and is like, hey, baby, I'm ready to rock your world. Rock shatters around him, and he puts on the glasses. Yeah! And she's like, holy fuck, what just happened?
What happened?
And Clark's like, just lucky, I guess.
No, you're not just lucky. There's you're him.
And she's
you're
like,
new mom.
Let me get, you're super fast. You're super strong. Can you shoot
fire from your eyes?
And Clark's like,
oh, you can.
And Kyle's like, you're Namon. And Clark's like, I don't know who I am or what I am, but I'm surprised you're not freaking out, Kyla. And Kyla's like, I know what it's like to be different. And
wink,
Clark's like, but you know, but we got to figure out like science and stuff. She's like, Clark, you're trying to figure out something with your brain when really you should be thinking with your dick. And they make out. It's so fucking sexy. Give her that dick.
Whoa.
Give me that fucking dick, Clark.
Oh, no.
Give me that dick, Clark. I want your fucking... Alright, so now we're at the talent.
Thank you. Sorry.
And Lana is talking to Henry about the caves, and Henry's like, hey, you know what? These caves, you know what? This sounds pretty good. I once saw your mom's cave, Lana.
I got
her vagina.
Speaking of your mom's vagina, I'm your real daddy.
And she's like, what?
100%. You're half of me.
And Lana's like, oh, wow.
So I am your daddy, and I do want to be more a part of your life, even though this might be the last time you see me.
And Lana's like, who is your daddy? What does he do?
I'm your daddy, and my name's Henry Smallville.
Kindergarten cop. Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes, I remember.
Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina. We watched that again. So now we're at the construction site, and Joseph is there. He's like, fuck this place. Fuck this place.
Yeah.
Fuck this place.
Yeah.
And then Martha approaches Joseph with some backup and is like, hey, listen, we want you to meet with Lionel. See if y'all can come to a compromise. It'll be beneficial for both sides. And Joseph's like, listen here, Martha. I'm going to drop some fucking truth bombs on you, all right? Anytime my people have been asked to make some compromises, we've been fucking
pushed off our land,
over,
put on reservations.
So why don't you believe me when I say fuck you and fuck Lionel and fuck this place? Fuck this place. Fuck this place. Yeah. And Henry Small walks up and he's like, hey, bitch, check this out.
Just slapped you with the paper.
That's right. This is a cease and desist. So you need to fuck off until we can figure out what to do about these goddamn caves.
Hey, guess what? I'm Sheriff Ethan.
Well, no. Joseph says, well, Martha, tell you what, if Lana wants to talk, tell him I'll talk to him in court, bitch. Puts on his sunglasses. Yeah! And then, what's that?
What's up? Move. I'm Sheriff Ethan. I am here. Hey, stop it. Deputy, stop. Deputy. You took my job, Deputy.
I am Sheriff Ethan. Come downtown because you killed.
Shut up. I am Sheriff Ethan.
Sheriff Ethan is
Joseph, you are a murderer.
We're ready you to come on downtown and give a statement because
I am the real Sheriff.
You got Dan's blood on a towel
in your trash, Joseph. You going to fucking jail.
And
How did they get the blood?
The blood. And Joseph accuses Lionel of framing him. He's like, is this what you call a fucking compromise, Martha? Fucking Lionel, set me up, bitch.
Luthor's always
I see where your loyalties lie, Martha.
God.
And then Henry's like, Joseph, don't you say a fucking word. I'll see you at the precinct.
Yeah,
Don't you
you
say
gotta be
I'm your
free.
lawyer, bitch. And don't you say a fucking word.
Back up. We're leaving. Alright, everybody. We're gonna go. We're gonna back off this. Back up.
Do you think, how many people do you think has turned this off? So,
that we fought over who's gonna be shirting.
So now we're back at the Talon. And Chloe arrives at the Save the Cave event.
Yes, so clever.
Save the cave. We gotta save the cave. Everybody save the cave now. Gotta do the save the cave now. Everybody save the cave now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sugar Ray.
Ah, la 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 la.
Yeah.
They sing these words to me.
That's right.
Sing
Hey,
these
there's
words
Shaggy
to
and
me.
Mary Jane's like, my favorite name. And
Zoinks.
whoa, Scoob.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, right?
We're in the wrong show, Scoob. We better get the fuck out of here, man.
Better get the rock out.
And so Shaggy and Scooby leave, and then Chloe and Lana start discussing Clark's sudden activism, and they're like, I think it's not so much about the caves.
Girl.
I think it's more about the who.
So there you go. It's somewhere else with this.
And they lament how Kyla was able to break through Clark's armor. And Lana's
they
like,
must have something in common.
I guess the pussy must be shining like gold or something.
Yeah, it must be gold down there.
Must be fucking gold down
Gold-plated.
there.
Yeah.
Must smell like fucking
honey.
and milk and honey. It's
Milk
the
and
promised land.
Oh my god.
And Clark's going to the promised land.
Wait. Oh my god.
Because he's going to the promised land. Because in the promised land, it'll be so grand. We'll have our fill from the grill as much as Clark can stand. It'll be so great. Blue waffle on his plate. Don't Google it.
I'm not.
Don't. Nobody Google it. Okay.
I still haven't Googled it to this day.
You don't want to see it. Trust me. All right. Listen. I'm being dead serious. All right. Matt's
serious.
funniness is over.
Uh-oh.
This is Matt being serious.
This is, guys, take it serious.
I'm as serious as
heart attack.
No, as Rob in Cloverfield.
Oh god.
When he says that he's gonna go save his girl. All right, who's not really his girl anymore.
No, it's
all
not.
right. He's like, I'm serious.
Weird.
I know what I'm doing. This is me calm. All right, this is me calm. You do not want to Google blue waffle.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
All right. Back to the show. And so, God damn it, man. And then, Lana mentioned something about her relationship to Whitney being so similar. And Chloe's like, well, maybe we should stop falling for guys who are trying to save the world.
Yeah.
Get it? And then Chloe's like, Speaking of Whitney.
Speaking of Wawa.
What about that letter you was writing to him?
Yeah. Well.
Sorry, drawbacks of having a roommate.
Well, for one, you're awful.
And two,
you're awful. You shouldn't be reading other people's stuff. That's personal. Anyways.
You sleep in the same room as a reporter. What the fuck you expect me to do, Lana?
I have my own room,
Not
remember?
Snoop. That's what you think.
Anyways,
I sleep under
I
your
wrote
bed.
this letter because, we've been keeping in touch with each other even after we broke up. And, well, he hasn't been writing me back here recently.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hint.
And so now we go to Lex's. Clark comes busting in. He's like, Lex, I need bail money for Joseph because Luthor Corp set him up. And Lex is like,
I'm not bailing out a murderer.
I'm not in the business of helping murderers.
You
Clark.
got to help me out here, Clark.
And what's your sudden interest? I think it's more to do with Joseph's granddaughter than with those
Kyla.
caves.
Yeah, she's a hot little piece, isn't she?
And Clark's like,
what happened to Lana?
And Clark says, it's a totally different feeling when the person likes you back. And he's like, Lex, have you ever wondered if you were destined to be with someone? And Lex says, you're asking someone who's been fighting his destiny his entire life.
Motto of Lex Luthor.
Lex decides to not help the bail fund, and Clark tries to persuade Lex. He's like, Lex, listen here. I bet I can change your mind.
Okay.
Come with me. We're going down.
You making
to the caves.
Okay. You making a PowerPoint?
No, they go to the caves. And so now we're at the caves, and Clark is showing Lex the paintings, and Lex is like, "Oh shit! Wow, look at these paintings. Is that a mastodon? Is that I think I see a pterodactyl, saber-toothed tiger, tyrannosaurus."
Yeah, and this is the Lord and Savior Zordon Newman. Newman.
Like Newman.
I said Newman.
No, it's Newman. Newman. Like mnemonic device.
Numbers.
Newman. And so
numerals.
And so Lex is impressed, but then he sees, oh, what's this? This is an indent.
This is this hole again.
It looks like Lex just starts fingering the hole. And he starts that's weird. And Clark's like, stop putting your fingers in there,
dude. But it reminds me of something, Clark.
He's like, I'm gonna save these caves. And so now we go back to the town. And Joseph and Kyla thank Clark for raising the money for his bail. And Martha walks in and says, Joseph, I'm just so sorry you got mixed up in all of this. And Joseph is like, yeah, it's easy to get mixed up when fucking Luthor is planting fucking blood towels in my trash.
How do you think you do it to Martha?
And then, he's like, I'm so just pissed that you just keep defending him, Martha. And he's like, come on, Kyla, we're leaving. And Kyla just looks at Martha. Kyla looks at Martha like, fucking bitch. And they leave.
You have to ruin everything.
And so now we go over to the torch. And Chloe's like, hey, Clark, I got the autopsy report back on Dan. And it looks like before he burned to a fucking crisp, he was also bitten by a wolf. But wolves are extinct in Smallville for over 90 years. And Clark is like,
how's this?
What do I care about some fucking wolves? Huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck do I care? Chloe. And Chloe's like, well, Clark, Joseph's tribe, the Kawachi,
are you trying to tie this to the wall?
Translates to Skinwalker. A reference to legend that they could transform into animals. And Clark seems concerned.
Yeah.
And so now we're outside Luthor Corp. Martha's walking to her car. La, da, da, la. And then she puts her keys in, and then there's a wolf staring daggers at Martha. Martha gets in, and she's freaking out. And she drops her keys. Oh, no! And then she puts the keys in the ignition, and then the wolf's gone. That's it. That was the whole thing.
That was nothing.
So now we're at the Kents. And Clark and Jonathan are talking. And Clark tells Jonathan that he's like, Dad, I have real feelings. Dad, I have real feelings for Kyla. But I suspect she might know more about the foreman's death than she's letting on, Dad. And Jonathan says,
Bobby?
Damn it, Clark. It's like honesty in relationships or some shit. I don't know, Clark. Like something. You gotta have honesty if you're gonna make it work.
There's gotta be trust.
And then Martha walks in and is like, guys, I just got attacked by a fucking wolf. And Clark's like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
it's
that's what I just told Dad.
Oh, there's wolves. There's a wolf among us. I don't know. That Joseph Wilbrick's been acting awful sus. So now we're back at Lex's. Lana walks in, and he's like, Lex, do you fucking hate me, Lex? Am I done something to fucking piss you off, Lex, huh? You ungrateful fuck.
Boston, though, for a second.
And Lex is like, what are you talking about? He's like, you posted Belle. You posted Belle, Lex. And Lex, have I done something in the recent past to offend you? And Lex is like, Dad, there are so many ways I could answer that question, Dad. And Lionel complains that this is becoming a public relations fucking nightmare. And Lex is like, well, you know what, Dad? What if I take this off your hands? You said you want to be partners? Well, how about I take it over? You don't want this shit anyway. Let me take it. Let me be the hero that Smallville needs. Nay, the one they deserve.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, no. I
know what you're doing.
What's going on.
There's something more to this land.
You found something special about it because you don't want fucking caves. You're not a anthropologist. You just want, there's something. I'm on to you, Lex. I don't know what it is, but I'll find out.
You can't see, Dad.
Damn.
I'm
Boom, roasted.
I'm giving Lionel the roast today.
So now we're at Clark's loft, and Kala arrives and talks with Clark, and Clark's like, hey, bitch.
What are you doing here?
Do you think Joseph might be a skinwalker? And Kyle's like, what the fuck? How the fuck do you think Joseph could be a skinwalker? And Clark's like, Liz, I know what you've been saying, like, with the rocks and, like, being different. And I just thought, is it possible maybe Joseph's a skinwalker? And she's like, Lionel Luthor has corrupted all of you. And so we go back to Lex's, and Lionel is alone, and he's at the wolf arrives, but it's the wolf. The wolf arrives at Lex's.
Yeah.
And Lex is like, what the fuck? And then Clark runs in. He's like, whoa there, big girl. Hold it steady. And the wolf makes eyes with Clark. And he's like, whoa. And then security busts in. And the wolf is like, fuck this shit. I'm out. Busts through a window. And like it's clawed all the shit. And it's like 5 stories or some shit. That's sad, Maggie. And so... Stop, I'm sad. As the Clark rushes after the wolf, and the wolf is just so badly hurt, and then the wolf turns back into Kyla. It wasn't Joseph.
Bum.
Kyla's the wolf, and she's naked.
But she's dying. She's dying.
She's not dead yet.
No.
She's like, Clark. I didn't want to hurt anybody. I didn't mean to hurt the foreman or Martha. I did want to fuck with Lionel, though. But before I go, Clark, before I go, can you just whip it out for me? I just want to see it.
What?
Clark, just before I die,
Kyle?
I just want to see it.
That's a weird request.
Clark, this is my last breath. Just show me your penis.
Kyle.
Did you take it out? And then she dies. And Clark's like, no!
She could have touched it.
And then the next day at the construction site, nobody's working. And Lionel's like, what the fuck's going on here? And the new foreman's like, this kid over here, he thinks he's gonna be a hero or something. Yeah. And then they look over, and it's Clark. And he's like, hey, Ma. And Martha's like, oh, shit, Clark. And I was like, Martha, I thought you had talked to Clark. I appreciate his heroic actions last night, but I thought you talked to him. And Martha's like, listen, I know that he shouldn't be doing this, but you know what? I'm with him. And she drops Lionel's hand and walks over and is like, Clark, I am so proud of you. She gives him a hug and tells him she's proud of him. Lex pulls up. and is like, "Hey, fucker, check this out," and hands him a piece of paper.
Here's your check.
And Lionel's like, "I'm blind, Lex. I can't read this." And Lex is
Yeah,
like,
that's right, Dad. You are blind.
Lex is like, "Well, Lionel, this is a contract from the Kansas Historic Society. They have bought the land under the Protection Act for 30% of what Lionel paid, and LexCorp has secured the contract for prevention of the entire site. So you should have took my offer, Dad. But now you're eating fucking shit.
Guess
you
what,
piece of
Dad?
shit."
I saw this coming from a mile away, and you didn't.
Guess what, Dad? You can't see me. And Lionel was like, "Lex, I don't know what you're up to, Lex, but I will find out."
No, you won't, because you can't see.
And then Joseph walks over to Clark, and he's like, "Clark, here, I want you to have this. Kyla would want you to have this. It's their bracelet.
Yeah.
She believed in you, Clark, and now I believe in you too. And it's your destiny. And
I will remember you.
And Clark's like, "Oh." So as the music fades, we go to Clark's loft, and Clark is looking at the bracelet. He's looking through the hole in the bracelet, and then Lana appears in the hole. Yeah, and Clark's like, I miss Kyla. And Lana's like, "I'm sorry, Clark. I'm sorry you lost Kyla, but I'm upset too." And Clark's like, "Well, what is it, Lana?"
Whitney's missing in action.
The end. That's right, everybody. We
Bless him,
finished
like
it.
Wawa's back.
Look at that was the whole episode. But before we go into our next segment, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by patreon.com/hopefullyawesome.
That's right. At the $5 tier, you can have access to every episode we make ad-free and have your name listed in the credits of every video. At $10, you'll be able to get access to our all-new exclusive shows right here on patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. Those include Hopefully Weekly, a weekly show where Maggie and I catch up on all the things that's happened over the past week, both in our life and in the world around us. Family Game Night, a weekly show where Maggie and I will play a variety of board games, from Blockbuster Party Game all the way to Fast and the Furious Heist Game, whatever that is.
Highway heist.
The Hopefully Awesome movie commentary that we'll do once a month, where Maggie and I will watch one of our favorite films and then record us talking about it over it. Kind of like a mix between Mystery Science Theater 3000 and, just us goofing off and talking about nothing related to the film. And lastly, Matt plus Maggie. This is our monthly show where Maggie and I talk about our relationship. I don't think we'll be giving any advice, but hey, tune in. It'll be fun. And if you want to go above and beyond at the $25 level, not only do you get everything that we've just talked about, but you also get a verbal shout out as our Patreon producer of the entire month. All this and more.
So sign up at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome today.
Thank you for that word, Matt and Maggie. So now that we're back, I will say I still enjoyed this episode. Mm-hmm. I think I like it more because I know where it's going. Mm-hmm. But overall, I still think it's a really good episode. And I mean, the Kyla stuff, like, it's always enjoy when we get like a new love interest for Clark. That tends to be some fun times.
Yeah.
Maggie, how'd you like this one?
I really liked it. I enjoyed Kyla's character.
Yeah.
It was kind of nice seeing somebody that went out and showed, "Hey, I really like you, Clark."
Yeah.
And like, even before she found out, she really thought he was cute.
Yeah.
And she showed it.
Yeah.
Not like Chloe and Lana.
She wasn't playing mind games.
No. They do.
And she liked him for him.
Yeah.
She liked me for me. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, now it's time for the countdown to Billy. It's time for the countdown to Billy. 61 weeks.
Hot dog.
Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. This has been the countdown to Billy. All right, now it's time to talk about our Freak of the Week.
Major Funky.
That's right, everybody. This week, Freak of the Week is Kyla Willowbrook, a.k.a. the one that got away. The one that got away. That's her name.
Oh.
So, current ranking of the Freak of the Week so far, we got number 1, Red Clark. Number 2, Ryan, frowny face. Number 3, Randy. Number 4, Heat Causing Horn Dog. Number 5, Nixon Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Number 6, Jitters 2. Number 7, Mamma Mia. Number 8, Laugh Sucking Corn Dog. And Bringing Up the Ass. Number 23, Byron. Maggie, where would you like to put Kyla, a.k.a. the one that got away?
Above Randy.
I'd rather eat Randy. I agree.
I'd rather eat Randy.
Randy.
Look it up. It'll forever change your life.
Oh, Randy. All right. So your new ranking is... Do you want to read it? You usually read it.
I'll read it. Our new ranking is number 1, Red Clark. Number 2, Ryan, sad face. Number 3, Kyla. Number 4, Randy. Number 5, Heat Causing Horn Dog. Number 6, Nixon Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Number 7, Jitters 2. Number 8, Mamma Mia. Number 9, Life Sucking Corn Dog. And at number 23, forever will be Byron.
Byron. All right. So now... let's get into no flats, no tots. Did they break the rule this week? Maggie, did they break the rule this week?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I mean, there's a cave drawing.
He fell, Matt.
No, I'm talking about the cave drawings. Like, we kind of saw like a Superman suit kind of.
But we didn't see the person do it.
But no, like, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. When they say no flats, no tots, what they're saying is it's no reference to Superman, like the actual Superman, like the suit,
Yeah.
or the act of flying. Now, flying is very specific, but it's not just that he won't wear the suit. It's like you're not going to see the suit, you know. So I mean, I wouldn't count this as that, but I just want you to keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Just keep it in mind. All right, let's get into some DCU references. Part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it.
All right, we got a few this week. In the scene where Clark and Kala go stargazing in his loft, she points out a star which is now missing. This is a possible reference to Rao. I think it was Rao. I think that's how you say it. The star, Krypton star, as it was just destroyed as part of Clark's origin story. It also suggests that it was less than 15 light years away, as otherwise it would still appear in the night sky. However, Krypton is in another galaxy. Of course, Kala's information is based on a 400-year-old legend, so information held by Kala should be taken with a grain of salt. According to legend, the visitor from Krypton brought green rocks that granted superhuman abilities. This would make the Kawachi tribe the earliest known case of meteor infection. It is unknown if this legend is true. See above note concerning Krypton's location. It is also unknown if Kala inherited her powers from a meteor-infected ancestor, or if Kala was herself exposed to kryptonite following the 1989 meteor shower. Think about that.
Yeah.
Lex talks about fighting his destiny. Chloe talks about falling for men who want to save the world. And several references to Krypton, Kryptonian language, kryptonite, Superman's abilities, Lex and Clark becoming mortal enemies, and Clark's destiny in general. Yeah, lots of references in this one. I love it. All right, now let's get into the talent mix.
What? I'm doing it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
Hey, I like these guys. Yeah. Remy Zero!
Nailed it. All right, so this week we had Out of the Way by the Vines, Don't Know Why by Norah Jones, The Game of Love by Santana featuring Michelle Branch, and Psycho Ballerina by Jackpot. I gotta say, it was nice hearing Norah Jones and Santana. And
Yeah,
Michelle
it
Branch.
was.
Like, I was like, oh man, that really takes me back to the millennium, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, God, the amount of times I would just sit in my car when it was raining. Don't know why I didn't go. I also liked, no wait, that's Dotto. Never mind. The I will go down with this ship.
Yeah.
No one will surrender. All right, next week, season 2, episode 11, the mid-season premiere, entitled Visage. Visage. Visage.
I think that's right.
Or visage? Visage.
Visage.
All right. So, do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, I looked it up
Good for
because
you.
I didn't know either. A noun, and it is a person's face with reference to the form or proportions of the features. Also, a person's facial expression.
So somebody that can, I don't know, do something with their face. Stretch it.
Like the elongated man?
Yeah, like the elongated man. They stretch it around?
So you think that's what it's about?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, I would think more about like the expression side of
Okay.
it. Just like
Okay.
maybe there's things people react to.
Mm.
That's all I'm going to say. All right. That's it. We did it, everybody.
Good job.
We did it. And this one didn't go an hour and a half. We kept this one a little bit
Because
quick.
Maggie could talk.
That's right. You kept us going, Maggie. I want to say welcome back to Smallville. This has been great. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Remember, if you'd like to get this show ad-free and early, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, where you can do both of those things. You can also get exclusive content as well as many other wonderful things. If this is your first time watching, thank you for making it all the way to this point. If you enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, rating on Spotify, or a review on Apple Podcasts. We'd greatly appreciate that. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. And as always,
Have a hopefully awesome day.
bye.